How's everyone today? It's Chris here from techtablets.com. So I've had a bit of hands-on time with the PiPo W3F. You can see this is the box here in the background. Now this is a machine that's kind of like a Surface 2 clone. And you can see here I've got the prices just up. So it's about 189 US, which is quite a good price. I thought I'd give you my thoughts and impressions on this tablet now that I've been using it a little while. What I decided to do was actually just to put my Surface 3 Pro to the side and just use this machine full on and see if it can be a productive machine. The fact that it's got a keyboard, that it's got a USB 2 port. The W3 model, has a USB 3 port. It's a more expensive version, but this is the cheaper one that I thought would maybe be kind of the price that people will be going for because they don't want to spend, because getting around 300 US, you probably start to think about the Dell Venue Pro, or at least I would, a Dell Venue 11 Pro, I would think about that tablet. Even at 300 with a USB 3 port, maybe that's not a bad price, but I think you can pick up those Venues now for second hand or the manufacturer refurbished ones from Dell for quite cheap, so it's something to think about. Anyway, so this one's a $200 model, the cheaper version of the W3 that's been out for some time now. So this has the Atom Z3736, and it is a quad-core Atom CPU with a maximum speed of 1.8. And it runs actually surprisingly well. I've just got Chrome here, and I've been using a lot of multi tabs here. So normally, what I normally do, I just run a lot of things up on the screen here. So I've got all these tabs running in Chrome. So it's quite heavy, and I just wanted to report on things like the battery life, how I find the keyboard. The battery life at the moment, I'm looking at just about 6 hours, I think it's at now. So it's just coming up to 6 hours, and I have still got 26% battery left. And that's not too bad at all, considering that, well, it's got an 8,000 milliamp battery inside of it. So I'll just show you that now. So you can see here that this is the battery life. So the full runtime it's giving me is 6 hours and 14 minutes according to Battery Bar Pro. Now that's just kind of like an estimate, but the elapsed time here is just about to hit 6 hours. And that says since 0%. Well, that's actually since 100%. For some reason that's not reporting that correctly. So the battery life is not too bad. I'm only running, if I just use my mouse here and just show the brightness I have set at, is around about what I'd say 40% maybe. 50 is about there. So 40% brightness, which is still bright enough for me able to use this quite nicely indoors. And it's been running well, but what I've been doing is just surfing around on it. I've used the USB 2 port, just been watching a little bit of 12 Monkeys. And it looks good. It's good for watching a little bit of a movie or something. It's not too bad. Sorry about the reflection, that's just the light. The screen is quite reflective. I still have the protective cover on it at the moment. And the speaker quality is actually excellent for a Chinese tablet. Probably one of the best I've actually heard. I just maximize this. Whoops. Wrong button. The other button. So there are two speakers at the top there. And I found that the quality of the audio is probably one of the best I've actually heard on a Chinese tablet. And the keyboard is another thing that I just wanted to go over. So you've got, well, two positions, but they basically give you the same angle. When you clip it in, it's a nice strong clip. And it's enough for it to hold up literally the weight of the tablet there. So it's not a bad keyboard at all. There is obviously this way you can put it out that way or the other way around. Someone mentioned in one of my videos that I should have used it the other way around and give me a different angle, but I don't actually really think it does. I think it's more or less the same angle, or it seems to be to me anyway. Flip it around the other way. It seems to be pretty much the same, or maybe that slightly steeper angle, but you've only really got maybe just that same one fixed position, which is a bit of a downside. It's not like the Surface 3, of course. It has an actual dedicated kickstand within it. So if I bring the Surface next to it, you can see that the Surface, of course, you can use all different kind of angles, but that's a a machine that's like 3 or 4 times the amount, the price than the PiPo W3F. The keyboard, just to mention that I have been typing on the keyboard now on the PiPo here, and I found that it's taken on me a little while to get used to, mainly because it has this large caps lock here, and it's a little bit smaller than what I'm used to typing on with the 12-inch Surface. Is of course a 12-inch device, so you get more space with the keyboard, and that has the smaller caps lock. So it's probably that's putting me off, because I got so used to using the Surface type cover here that the type cover that's actually supplied by the PiPo doesn't have that smaller. So often I'll be typing just fine on it, but sometimes I'll just be hitting caps lock for some reason. And that was a bit annoying, but now I've kind of adjusted to it, and I've found that typing on this is quite good actually. And it is a productive machine that you can actually do some proper decent typing on once you get adapted to the keyboard. I did find the cursor was sometimes going all over the place, but they do have this handy button right here. Pressing this will disable the trackpad, so there's no more trackpad, and then now it's back again. So, and that's good. Now there are gestures, I'll just show you that. You can use just on the side here, if you see that it's scrolling up and down. And that works really fine. And you're swiping from this side here will bring in the Windows, charm bar, whatever you call it, and swiping here will alternate between apps, but I'm not actually just running any at the moment. But if I push the captive button, or at least bring up the start menu here, so I can just swipe, so you can see that is working fine. You can also just swipe down to close. I think there's other gestures as well, but the keyboard itself has really surprised me, because I expected for the price of this device, this tablet here from China, that you wouldn't get a decent keyboard, would you? You'd have quite a rubbish kind of keyboard. But saying that, using it, I've found that the keyboard is actually quite decent, and I'll just show you up close the quality of it. It really does remind me of the original Surface type cover. Obviously, they're probably trying to clone that. And this matte material here is quite nice. The touchpad is a good size for the 10.1 inches you've got with the screen size that they had on there. And the keyboard, yeah, it is good. And you can actually connect up, clip it in, and you could flip the whole thing right up and use it like this. You can stand it up there and use that to watch videos maybe, or sit it even maybe on your lap or a desk or something, and have it as like a stand for the tablet too. So it's kind of multifunctional, and the fact that of course it becomes a cover, so you flip the whole thing up and around and you're got the whole tablet protected, which is quite nice. Okay, it is a little bit thick and chunky, but it's not too bad. You do have to take into consideration that this is only like a $200 tablet, so you can't expect Surface 2 kind of quality here. And overall, yeah, the keyboard is good. There is one minor complaint though, that is just a magnet. I don't know if you can see here on the tablet. There's videos going off on there. You can see that there is just a magnet for dust and fluff and anything. It just seems to pick up and get all over it. You can see here that it's just getting everywhere. And I haven't really been using it that much, so you're probably going to have to put the old brush connection with the vacuum cleaner over this a few times. It's only a minor complaint about it. Overall, it is quite a decent keyboard. Once you get adapted and used to it, I find that it's really fine. What I'll do also is just weigh and show you what the weights are. So if I just put the scales on here now, and we'll just show you what this is in grams. So the tablet itself weighs in at 606 grams. So it's on the slightly kind of heavier side. But we have some of the Chinese Retina display tablets like the Teclast X98 Air 3G here that weigh around 550, I think it is. So it's not really that much heavier. Okay, 523. So that's definitely lighter than the Dell Venue 11 Pro, which is, that one weighs about 700. That's quite a heavy tablet, but they are similar. And the keyboard itself, what does that weigh? I'll see what they weigh together actually, the weight of both of them. I think it comes in around 1 kilo. almost a kilo, so that's 957 grams. So the tablet has actually impressed me so far, because for a tablet that's $200, I think you're getting quite a lot. Well, it's 189, and the keyboard with the keyboard cover cost me an extra, I think it was around about, it worked out to be about an extra, well, nothing, like 15 US more for the type cover that it comes with it, and case, because it's case and cover in one. And that, I think, is quite a good deal, really, when you think about it, how productive you can be with this machine. And it's just been quite good to be able to type and use it like this style, so when you want the keyboard you can attach it. And I found that it kind of probably suits my needs more, because while I do like my Retina display T-Class, which has got a really nice display on it, and no doubt you might have seen my mini videos on this tablet, I find that I'm going more for the PiPo W3F now, because I can just type properly on it, and that I can use it with its own stand and prop it up. And I do like the speakers on it. So if you're after someone that wants a machine that you can actually do a bit of productivity on it, you can type on a Word sheets. It does come with Office 365, and that's a 1-year subscription, so you can use that. And having docs and everything like that with the proper keyboard just makes it more of like a work machine, or something to do some decent work on, rather than this, which is more kind of like an iPad Air clone, which really, that's what it is, a Windows/Android iPad Air clone. Now this model does come in dual boot, though my one, it's not the dual boot model, it's just on Windows. But it's handling everything I've been throwing at it, and I'm surprised that their battery life actually seems to be holding up okay. And my estimation is staying the full runtime 605 there. But I think realistically I can get probably about 7 hours. Now I am using a lot of tabs here in Chrome, and I could lower the brightness, and I could go and use Internet Explorer, which would probably save me some battery life, so I could probably squeeze even a little bit more out, maybe 30 minutes more. So when it comes to battery life, I think that's quite reasonable what I can actually get from this tablet, and it's pretty good. And using it just as a tablet itself, I find is fine too, because the resolution being that 1080 by 1200 resolution, it doesn't seem too bad at all. And you can see, with the camera will focus on there for me, that it's not like looking really grainy and super pixely or anything, like bad enough that I would just go, ooh, gee, I can't look at that. No, it's not really that bad at all. And using the keyboard this way, you can still type with both of your thumbs when you want to use it just as a tablet with the touchscreen. So I'll see if I can just key in a website here quickly, and the camera doesn't want to focus. There we go, it's better. So it's not bad at all just to use it like a normal tablet too. You just got to think of this as really it is just a Surface to clone. Oh, Tech Tablet when it's supposed to be Tech Tablets. Pays if I bring up the correct website. Okay, so and it really seems quite smooth. Internet Explorer is really smooth. Chrome is not the smoothest, because it's not really that optimized for the little atoms, and the atoms probably just don't have the kind of raw power that you need, I think, to run Chrome really, really smoothly. Because if I go back and have a look at Chrome here, now scrolling like that it's okay, but you can see there's a little bit of like stutter and lag there. That's just what Chrome's like, and probably because I'm running a lot of things at the moment. I've got Skype running too, and a few folders open, and I think there's the apps here that I'm running, of course, and that's probably not really helping with that Chrome being fluid there. But overall, yeah, I'm thinking it's quite a solid device. It's not the most prettiest looking. I mean, if you have a look at the back of it, well, how the way you've got all those ports kind of listed out for you, although that's handy, I think most people know what ports those are. So it tends to look a little bit tacky. They're having that kind of printed there. There's the mic, there's the DC port, and look, there's USB ports. You know, that's fine, but it just tends to make it look a little bit tackier, the design. Although the overall build quality is very solid, and I do like it. I do like the build quality. I love the speakers, and the keyboard, of course, that I've been mentioning is just a really great addition to this tablet. And the other thing that I really do like is having this full-size USB port, and you can use an adapter, just like one like these right here. So that's just a little micro USB to USB adapter. Is really great because then I can actually run 2 hard drives. It can power them as well. So I can have a hard drive connected in here, hard drive connected in here, plug in the DC power cable, and I'm not going to have any problems, which using the TechLast, those Retina tablets, and most of the other tablets only have micro USB ports. You can't, and you have to charge with them as well. So you're either charging or using data, not both at the same time, which is something that's really handy with this tablet, which is just great because you've got the TechLast in, and you've only got that choice of just one or the other. Of course, you can use one of those hubs that I do have that can charge and use data, but you're kind of limited there with the ports. So that's something to consider. So if you wanted a tablet that was more productive, then I do suggest this one. If you wanted to go and spend maybe 100 so US more, and you just for that USB 3, 64 gigabytes of storage, then go for the PiPo W3, which in hindsight I probably should have got that tablet to review, and I'm thinking maybe I will try and pick that tablet up to review that and just see how much better that would be, because having USB 3 is really good because you can use like a pluggable docking station, USB docking station, plug that in, run the displays, and run hard drives, and USB 3 of course is a lot faster than USB 2. And that will probably be a lot nicer to have just that option. So if you want to go for the more expensive, whether it's worth it, is it worth 100 US more just to have that 32 gigabytes of storage more and the USB 3 is something to think about. Of course, there is that faster add-in processor too, sorry, that I should mention. It's got the Z3775 in it, which can clock up to 2.4 gigahertz instead of 1.8 that's in this model. So that is something really to think about if you wanted to spend a little bit more money. But overall, I must say that my opinion of this tablet is really good actually. My first PiPo machine, my first machine to actually have a keyboard come with it, or not come with it, that I got with it, sorry. You need to buy the keyboard separately on this one. It's included on just the first model, the W3. But overall, very solid little tablet, and I found that it's quite a productive machine. If you're into doing a bit of typing, emails, Word docs and things like that, then this is probably the machine to consider instead of one of the Retina style iPad Air clones like the Cube i6 or the TechLast. Maybe this is the machine to get for you if that's what you want. And because you can game on this, there is another video. If you check my channel, I have a video up with the benchmarks as well, just a couple of benchmarks of this tablet. But overall, I'm quite impressed with the PiPo W3F, its build quality, the keyboard. Yeah, so I'll wrap up the video now. So if you did like this video, please do give me a like. That would be really nice of you to do that. And do subscribe for more up-and-coming videos of Chinese tablets, this tablet as well, and various other models. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in my next video.